Hello, and welcome to Headway Idea Labs. My name is Wes Okeke, and I'm the founder and CEO of Headway. One of my great passions is developing strategies. For close to 20 something years, I was a business developer and managed marketing and ran sales divisions. And during these times of being in a very competitive industry and market, I had to learn how to create strategies that worked in order to meet a multi-million dollar budget in sales every year. And so I'm excited to share some creative ways on developing your strategies. So, in this phase of developing your strategies, we're now putting your previous work, if hopefully you've done some of this work, together to develop a unique set of strategies, from a business strategy to your marketing strategy to what we call a 360-degree value proposition strategy. You see, all these strategies are going to link to your company's values, mission, vision, and obviously the solution that you're developing, the solution to the problem. Please remember to tie your solution always to your mission, which exemplifies your why, as Simon Sinek talks about in his TED Talk, The Why, um, of why you started or started to develop your product or your service. These two must be in total alignment. But something exciting about developing strategies, we're always going to go back to purpose. And so Headway develops everything it does based on purpose. And if you have not gone through our value proposition program, please consider doing that. It helps you build your whole business upon these four components. Everything you do, from your company culture to your competitive edge to your partnerships, building value for your partnerships, and obviously learning how to sell, how to hire new employees. Everything that your company is going to be built on is going to come from that particular program and the pillar components in that program. But since we're focusing on strategies, the first thing I want you to be able to do is ensure that you have an executive summary put together. Now, an executive summary is not necessarily a strategy, but it's a template of what your overall strategy is going to be, and it keeps hold or keeps record of what your strategy, a summary of your strategy for marketing, for sales, for pricing. And so I call this a fluid document that you should start building up first, and then you assemble that, and then you begin to add a lot more detail to it as you go along. Your detailed executive summary will be composed of all the previous information, hopefully you've collected by now and researched. If you've gone through our program, we have an explore stage, which helps you look throughout the whole market of your business to understand what the market looks like, what your customers look like, what your competitors look like. And it helps you create a very, very strong strategy behind that whole market. But creating an executive summary, I normally have executive summaries be 2 to 3 pages long. They're documents that investors want to take a look at, typically right before they even look at your pitch deck, if to see if they have interest in your business. So putting together executive strategy as a template helps you to take all the other previous strategies and place them on your executive summary as as a summary themselves and an overview. The next strategy that you will be able to run through is the 360 value proposition. Again, we talk a little bit more in depth on how to create one, but if you haven't done this, but you still have the four components that belong in a 360 value proposition, you can go ahead and try running through this exercise. I call this also your unique fingerprint. And when it comes to value proposition, purpose-driven businesses do not rely on their product features or improvements in technology. The value of a purpose-driven business is not something that you can touch or possibly see, but it's something that your customers must experience. And so Headway helps companies create a 360 value proposition. And this 360 value proposition will address your customers and its value that creates loyalty. It will address and provide value to employees, which is a culture that inspires commitment. It'll provide value to your partners and partnerships. It'll create partnerships that strengthens collaboration and generate sales. Yes, you can generate sales through your partners. And last but not least, competition. It helps spur competition and spur the advancement of your industry and impact, or my apology, competition that spurs the advancement of your industry and impact. Now, very interesting about your value proposition when you're developing this particular strategy. I give a quick example here. Chick-fil-A is the #1 customer service company in the United States, and they pride themselves on customer service more than they do on serving chicken. And think about that again. Their value proposition to their customers is not serving chicken. Their value proposition to their customers is customer service. And yeah, they'll take on any chicken company because they have not placed their first priority on chicken as much as they placed it on being strategic with their employees, their customers, their partners, and their competitors. And this is why we developed a 360 value proposition template for you to work through. And again, if you haven't taken this, creating a stronger value proposition, you haven't gone through this program, please consider taking this program, which will help provide a lot more support to your developing strategies. The second strategy that you're going to dive into is your market size strategy. This stage of your market size analysis is putting together an overview draft of a market size. This will help you determine how to approach the market with some value propositions in mind. It will also help you consider how you plan to be effective with selling in that market. You'll also review what other potential vertical or horizontal markets that are available. So please take time going through this exercise. Now, there are possibilities that your product or your idea can be used in other markets that are very similar or in totally different industries altogether, mainly because there's a problem going on in a totally different industry that your solution may actually solve perfectly. So you may design this product, whether it's software or hardware or service, and the way you have designed it and developed it or created or plan to create it, it will solve a problem. It may be a similar problem. It may be a worse problem. It may be a lesser problem. But a lot of times you'll find a problem that's just as significant or worse in a different industry altogether that your solution solves. And so looking at vertical and horizontal markets is going to be very important. And so during your market size strategy, we will discuss and take you through some of those exercises. And then there's a pre-marketing strategy template for early adopters. And now if you've gone through some of our initial target customer analysis, there's this person or people called the early adopter. And the early adopter is very, very, very critical in helping you penetrate your market and scale and find your customers. Actually, early adopters are very good for providing feedback even before you launch your business. And so creating a pre-marketing strategy, you're going to be able to create a marketing plan. You'll be able to complete the following: a marketing media, social media plan, a marketing by networking, marketing brochures, product briefs and documents, website landing page. Once you're past creating and testing your marketing strategy on your early adopter, you can refer back to this template to complete customer profiles for each stage of your target customers. Remembering that your first priority are early adopters and your second priority is going to be early majority. If you haven't watched the Simon Sinek video, The Why, please do so. It is 18.02 minutes, and it's extremely valuable for anyone that is looking to develop strategies, both sales strategies and marketing strategies. It's excellent in helping you do so. And then this is the market research interview. After you've located your early adopter, you want to go through the exercise of market research interview. And this exercise is essential to help you validate your potential or targeted customer, and how they perceive their own problem is and your potential solution from a high level. This will also provide a bit more information regarding the demographics of your target customer, social status, gender, economic status. But when you think of walking through a market research interview, you really truly want to know, how does your potential customer perceive your solution will solve their problem? How will it affect their lives? Something that's very important to take note is many times when technology is developed, even though it solves a great problem, many times it creates a new problem. And this typically happens when founders do not do a thorough job in speaking to their potential customers. And so a market research interview is extremely important and can help prevent new problems from popping up and from arising. And when a new problem arises, typically it takes the effect away of the powerful effect and impact of the solution that you are bringing to market. The other thing you want to look into in regards to strategy are tech trends. The importance of knowing the direction a particular technology is going is very critical to the success of your newly developed software or hardware product. You'll need to know what stage in life a particular technology is currently going, so as to not miss the mark and launch a technology too early or too late. Yes, there are some tech products that are launched too early. In other words, the market is not ready, and the advancement of the technologies you have chosen to use is too soon. Or you're launching a product that is too late in the game. So, questions to ask about your technology. Will your technology be easily adopted, right? Just because it's fast and it looks better and it's less expensive does not mean that people will adopt this technology. In fact, the majority of people that use new tech products are not typically tech savvy. And so they can resist trying anything new when it comes to tech. So you always need to research and determine, will your technology be easily adopted by those that will use it? It's funny, I worked in companies where the top management signed and approved new technology software to be brought into a company and presented it to the people that were going to use it. And it didn't get used much. And so obviously the product never took off the ground, because the people that were supposed to use it didn't like it, had a hard time using it, and they actually eventually rejected the product, no matter how much management tried to pressure them to using it. So very, very important. Will your technology be easily adopted? Is it a new concept or an improved concept, right? So when people are going through their day-to-day lives or day-to-day lives at work, how they go through that process of working is very important. If you're making a drastic change to the way they're doing things, it could be very upsetting. So I always suggest, when you're launching new software or hardware, especially software, that there's a transition. If it means that there's a totally different way they're going to do things, make sure there's a transition. And so you should have multiple versions coming out as you gradually transition them to a new way of doing things. Secondly, will there be a significant change in how people interact with your product in comparison to what they're using currently? I explained that just a second ago. What disruptive technologies, strategies, example, IoT, blockchain, AI, etc., have you considered implementing into your product? This is very, very important. It does create a stronger leverage to being competitive to scaling and attracting investors. Number 4, what is the remaining lifespan or the future outlook of current technologies being used? A lot of times, if there's a particular type of technology or way things are done, if the lifespan is at the door, in other words, it's about to go obsolete, you want to be very careful about launching it. Because if you launch it and it's going out the door, people are looking sometimes for the next greatest thing. And so you want to make sure you don't launch a product that the tech is losing its lifespan and something new has replaced it. At the same time, introducing technology that's too new could also be detrimental. So really gauge the type of tech and where it stands in regards to its life and adaptability in the market. And number 5, have you developed a sustainability plan to ensure that your tech will seamlessly bridge the gap to the people who the product is intended for? Again, that kind of summarizes everything I've been talking about in the past 4 points. It must bridge the gap. Technology is only a vehicle. It's only the vehicle. There are other value propositions that you're bringing to the table that are more important than technology. But technology is only the vehicle that takes that value that you want to bring and that solution you want to bring and deliver it to the customer. And so make sure that your technology has a plan to bridge the gap to the people from whom the product was intended for. And then last but not least is pricing analysis. Doing a proper pricing analysis will help you determine what the perfect price for your potential customer will be. This can be measured alongside the value of your product that you are providing. So comparing pricing to your competitors, and then comparing the price structure that you develop to the value you're providing. And this is why it's very, very important to understand the value you're providing. Again, if you haven't taken our creating a stronger value proposition, if you haven't taken that program, please consider it, because people will pay more money, not just for a product, but also for other value props that you're providing. They'll even pay more money for the types of customer service they are receiving because it's important to them. The results of your first pricing proposal should be compared to multiple competitors within the same market or similar market. Pricing at times can derail a great product or enhance a product. However, the magnitude of pain that is being experienced by your customer, combined with taking in consideration your customer's economic status as a good reference, right? So pricing has to be well thought of. Just don't think I'm going to do what everyone else does. Pricing can elevate the value of a product and it could diminish it. But at the same time, pricing can quickly derail the sale of a product because it's too high, and people won't buy it even though it has a lot of value there. So you really want to make sure that you think through your pricing analysis and pricing strategy. Just a reminder, if you don't know, we have other investor readiness programs that will help your business attract investors and be investor ready, or help your business scale. We have the market research and research reports, both market research, and we provide a market research report. Creating a stronger value proposition I've alluded to several times during this video, and then developing your business strategies as well, this is the one. Sales planning basics, creating and developing a cohesive team. Early adopter reports, we do early adopter reports. These are totally done by our team because we need someone with the experience and the expertise that has a degree both in marketing and psychology, in combination with Headway management, to develop early adopter reports for startups and businesses, any type of business or product you're trying to launch. And then we have a product development program that's free, 4 steps to build. And then we have our full program, which is the full startup program package. Within all our programs, we have templates. These are just examples of some of the templates. All the templates are PDF and they're editable and they're easy to download and use. And then we have our Headway Idea Labs funding platform. We have close to 500 investors on this platform, and we're continuing to grow this platform for the benefit of our startups and businesses. And thank you for walking with me through developing strategies. I hope it was helpful. Again, if you need to reach out to us, please visit our website at headwayidealabs.com or .io. Either one works. And join us and connect with us on our social media. Thank you and good luck. We look forward to working with you.